Mickey 17 is finally here. I can't believe I'm saying that. And it's as weird as you might expect. Mickey 17 is one of those films which has just been in development hell for what feels like an eternity. It was supposed to come out last year, it got delayed because of the writer's strike, and then Warner Bros. Were like, nah, we're not going to release it now. So they pushed it even further, and now it's coming out in March, which is a weird place to put it. But as a fan of Bong Joon-ho's previous films like Parasite and Okja, I was over the moon to find out that he's got a new film in theaters this week. A film that is a lot different to other films he has released. Right out the bat, I just want to say, don't compare this to Parasite. I feel like a lot of people are going to do that. That's not what this is meant for. His English language films can't be compared to his Korean films. His Korean films feel more like at home, while English films obviously feel like they are in a different league of their own. This one in particular takes a slapstick approach to familiar themes that he's told before, such as animal abuse, such as class and wealth divide. There's a real level of care that is taken into these themes in his films in particular. There aren't a lot of directors today who can work on the same level as he does. He just understands what it means to be a person in today's society. As a performance revolving around duality, Robert Pattinson knocks it out the park. I love to see Robert Pattinson do different roles, you know. Ever since Twilight, I've been like, okay, he's a great actor. Why the fuck are we burying him in this? Now he gets to show his comedic chops in a film which is very funny, but is also very serious. Because it is a film about wealth divide, and it is a film about class and classism as a structure. But there's a recurring line in the film that really sums up what the film is about. It's a question that they ask Mickey all the time, which is, how does it feel like to die? A recurring question which comes up a lot in the film, by the way. And that's what the film is about. It's about mortality, as well as all of these other issues which I've previously stated. The production design and the sound design in particular, they are really excellent. You could definitely tell that Bong Joon-ho took a lot of attention to detail in his sets he has before. Just look at Parasite. That film is a production heaven. He didn't cheap out on anything, and that's something important to know when going into it, is that he doesn't want to cheap out on anything. Same with the editing. I think the editing is very similar to what he did in Parasite, but it's a lot quicker, even though there are moments in there which just dragged a little, which I'll get into briefly. And it leads me to pace, which the pace of the film is all over the place. I feel like there's not really a cohesive structure to it, because there's a gap towards the back half where there's like a 30-minute gap of just nothing, and that could be used for a lot of different things. But instead we are put in the scenario of, do we actually care? Is there a reason why this is happening? He didn't trim the fat as much as I would have hoped. The editing isn't as tight. I think before the title card comes in, the editing is impeccable, but afterwards it slows down gradually and becomes quite a slog, to be honest. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo plays a certain figurehead in history. You might be able to tell who, and that could be a detractor for a lot of people. I think if the far right see it, they're definitely gonna absolutely riot in the streets. And I don't like talking about politics on this channel because I have no idea what's happening. But when you release a film so close to the inauguration and so close to the election, which involves a character who looks coincidentally like that person and happens to be a failed politician, there are some talking points of which are going to be discussed, and you can't really avoid that. Either way, I found it funny. I just wanted to mention it. I found it really funny and kind of satirical, which the film in itself is supposed to be a satire, so it kind of worked. In its entirety, I think Mickey 17 definitely succeeds more than it fails. The production design is impeccable, the sound design in particular, that really gets under your skin. The performances are pretty great, especially Mark Ruffalo, who, yeah, I've mentioned him. If the pacing was a little bit tighter, I think that this would be a film I would go to time and time again, but after all, for now, it is one of those films which I might just leave at a one-time watch, and that's fine. So hey, that's what I gotta say about Mickey 17. Thank you guys for watching this video. Tell me down below if you've seen Mickey 17, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.